In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I lost thousands of dollars in 2 failed business ventures in the span of 4 years. On this channel, I typically talk a lot about business and motivating people, but a lot of times people don't like to share the bad side or dark side of running a business, which is business failure. And that's something that I want to stress on my channel, is that you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. But this video is going to be from my personal experience with business failure. And I'm also going to give you some advice to make sure that you can avoid some of the mistakes that I've made. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Mariah. I'm the owner of Grant Services, of course, where we cater to all of your business needs, which includes helping you grow your business and secure grant funding to improve your business. If you are in need of some business help, make sure you head on over to my website, www.grandiosgrantservices.com, to schedule with me today. All right, let's go back about 7-8 years, or 9 maybe. So at the age of 17, I started reselling. If you don't know what reselling is, that just means you scope out really good deals and you sell it online at retail price or at higher prices. Usually you'll find items from clearance sections and whatnot, and you sell it on different platforms such as Amazon. Well, I got my start on Mercari. Mercari is a reselling app that is still around to this day. I don't use it anymore just because I just don't. But that's how I got my start with my first official business. So I did pretty well as a teenager. I raked in a couple $1,000s. I was working at Target, so I would take my little Target checks and I'll go to TJ Maxx, I'll go to Walmart, Target, different places like that, and I'll go to the clearance section, find some really good deals, and place it on Mercari and sell it. And I did it for a while. I made decent income. That's when I decided to take it upon myself and go bigger. I heard about Amazon arbitrage and I wanted to give it a try. So I purchased a Udemy course by this lady. It's still available now. She was one of the top Amazon sellers. I can't really remember the course, but I took it. I kind of understood majority of what she was saying, but what I did not know, that you needed to also have more capital, have more products in shipping, etc. I didn't have any of those things. All I thought I would have to do was buy items, place it on Amazon, and then they would sell. Or to get the verified seller badge or whatever, I can't really remember, you had to ship your items to Amazon Fulfillment Center. That's what also initially got me on Alibaba to source different products to resell. Like she said in the course, mind you, I'm working at Target. I talk about this all the time, making about $200 and something every 2 weeks. I was putting all of my money into Amazon arbitrage, and the money was going, but I was not profiting at all. And I tried it for a good year. So just imagine that I spent money I did not have on Amazon, and knowing what I know now today, I went at it all wrong. I went at it blindly. I was just throwing something into the mix thinking that it was going to work. So initially I started tried to sell wireless chargers on Amazon, but I didn't even know the wireless chargers I was trying to sell were outdated. For the time, people did not even have those phones that it was compatible with. Majority of people didn't. So I would create listings, they would get flagged for different reasons, and I still was pushing to make Amazon arbitrage work, because I'm like, if Mercari could work for me and it was so easy, why doesn't Amazon work? So come to find out, I was going at it wrong. I was getting items that were not hot sellers. I didn't have money for advertising. I wasn't verified. To this day, which is crazy, I still get emails from Amazon telling me they're going to throw away my shipment that I sent into Amazon, but they still haven't. But I went and got some stuff from Walmart and shipped it to Amazon. Never made any money off that because, of course, I didn't know anything. I went through the course and I understood it, but I did not grasp everything. It's kind of like I felt like everyone was doing it at that time, and it just didn't work out for me. I wound up losing maybe $1,500 to $2,000 doing that, right? But I did not stop there. So I would say that was my first official failed business venture. It didn't deeply impact me at that time. It did as a teenager, not making that much money, but it was a lot, and it was a learning lesson. And I thank God every day that I went through the trials and errors at such a young age, because now I'm where I kind of want to be, and it's just continuing to grow for me. Just because I experienced that at a younger age, you know, it definitely helped me out. Now let's talk about my second failed business venture. I don't want to make it too long. It's not like no sad crazy story. My second business, I came up with the idea of a Mary Black Box. I got this idea from seeing how popular those subscription-based companies was, like Ipsy and all those different companies with subscriptions. Subscription boxes was basically like different items you place at the box that people pay one price for each and every month. So I wanted to do a jewelry company, but not only a jewelry company, I wanted to include purses, sunglasses, different things like that, you know, girly things. So from my experience with Alibaba from Amazon, I transitioned it over to this Amiri Black Box. So I ordered all my boxes, I ordered all my items and different things like that off of Alibaba. I made good connections and I felt like I was on the right track, but the main thing I didn't know that I was missing that I know now was marketing. So I created the website by myself. If I still have some pictures of my old website, I'll put it on the screen. I'll put the box on the screen as well. I really thought it was a good idea. I asked my friend about it, and she said it was a really good idea. So I gave it a try. I was 19 working as a sales associate. So I was making pretty good money at 19. So I had enough to invest into this business. So I got all my products, got my boxes, got my website up, and pressed published. No sales. Crickets. Nothing. I believe that having a website, people is just going to be able to click on my website, find me, and purchase. It's more competition out there. Didn't know that at that age. Kept buying things, kept buying items and different things like that. And that's when I started doing research and finally figuring out what marketing was. But at that time, people were using influencers or regular people to promote their brands in hopes that you'll get customers to come to your website from them promoting. I talked about this in another video. I got scammed doing that. I sent off some boxes to some girls. So one girl, she did an amazing job, but she wrote everything in Spanish, so that was kind of a waste. And then another girl I sent a box to, she just ghosted me. And I still think about that to this day because, I don't like scammers. And if you're a scammer out there, just stop being a scammer, because you're not a good person if you scam. Yeah, so that cost me money. And after I got scammed by the one lady, I absolutely said I was never working with influencers again. But years later, down the line for my jewelry company, I did work with influencers again. But I'm older now. I know about contracts, making sure people sign your contracts, making sure we have everything outlined in the contract, and knowing what the expectations are for both parties. That's how a Mary Black Box, I probably in total spent like $3,000 on everything, and I did not make a dime. Once I was like kind of over the Black Box, I transitioned to a Mary Jewelry, which is still up and running to this day. It's not my money maker, but I love that business so much. And I typically make the majority of my money from pop-up shops. So I keep the site open because I get sales here and there. And I do love sourcing and finding unique little pieces. So if you want to check that out, you can do that right here. As a new business owner, I want to give you guys some advice. I am self-taught, YouTube, courses, books, videos, you name it. I'm self-taught to the T. I didn't have a mentor or anything to give me the ropes, which I wish I would have had. If you have a chance to connect with a mentor, a real business mentor, please do it. If you have to pay for them, if you find one on Score, it doesn't matter. It's better to go at things with somebody who already has that knowledge than going at it blindly. I thank God every day that he got me through all those things, because it allowed me to get to where I'm at today as a successful business owner. If you can get a mentor, please do. Do research on your industry before you jump into a new business. There has to be a need for what you're trying to provide. If there's no need, you're not going to get any sales. Please market your business. Social media is the best way to market for free. If you are not good at creating things, hire a marketer, okay? I have a link below where you can find marketers to hire. So, and I also provide that service as well if you need like Facebook ads, Google ads, stuff like that created as well. Marketing is key to growing. It's so many people doing the exact same thing as you, but the difference is you want to stand out in the crowd. What makes your business different from the next person's business? What makes you unique? What's your selling point? What is going to get people to buy from you? Be the face. Do not be scared to be the face of your business. I have so many clients who just do not want people to know who they are. But I feel like you can reach more people quickly if you show your face or you show real non-scammer authentic person. Social media is key to growth. I feel fast growth as an app. So remember those things and use contracts no matter what type of deals you're making within your business, especially as a service business. Use contracts. Contracts are key. They're binding, and it's rare that someone will want to break a contract, okay? Use contracts for all of your different services or whatever jobs you do, okay? It's a lot of things that I've learned over time. I lost a lot of money not knowing, okay? You can't do what you don't know. So knowledge is key. Keep learning, keep growing, don't give up. But you have to learn first. Whether you do it self-taught, whether you pay someone, whether you find someone, you have to learn. Okay, you can't just jump into a business without learning. So that's my story on how I lost thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give me a like. If you want to learn more about running a business, starting a business, or just about my life as a business owner in general, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.